What's up, everybody? So we're out in the shop with another daily vlog, and this is actually the last one in the series of daily vlogs for this week. So I figured we would go ahead and finish the sheath project on this. Now, the things that we got to focus on in this episode is getting the edges burnished so that that part is done. Then we need to go ahead and seal the sheath. We're going to be using a 4-in-1 that's like a cleaner slash sealant slash protectant all in one. That was only 3. There is a 4th one, but we're going to go ahead and do that in this episode. So let's go ahead, let's jump into it. Let's get over here to the bench, start working on this. So before we end up using the 4-way care stuff that we're going to be using to coat this whole entire sheath, we're going to go ahead, like I said, burnish these edges. I'm just going to be using some water, this stick right here, and that's what we're going to use to burnish this. We're going to see how this turns out, but we might as well start it and go from there. Well, it's already starting to do something there. Huh. That's not bad. Guess we'll just keep going. You can see the sheen is starting to change already. It's starting to get that nice shininess to it, so seems like this is working. I think at first, whenever I was doing this, I was pushing probably too hard. I mean, you really don't have to push very hard on this to actually get this to do its job. I mean, I'm barely pressing on here. It's more the repetitive motion that's making it do its job. It's definitely not something that you really gotta get in there and, you know, really scrub hard on there. Just go a little bit at a time, a little bit of pressure, and it'll work its way down. Now that we have this all burnished, I'm going to go ahead, let this sit, dry for a little bit, and then we'll start working on our 4-in-1, you know, solution that we got there. I like how I keep saying 4-in-1. It's 4-way because it preserves, strengthens, cleans, and beautifies. So basically it's a stay, preserver, slash strengthener. Super expensive from the old Hobby Lobby, $7.99. But we'll see how it goes and see how it does on here. I did a pretty good job on a little piece that I was, messing around with, my just different random things that I have for this. Trying out the stitching and all that, but put a pretty decent finish on it. So we'll go ahead and use it. We'll see what it ends up doing to this piece right here, and go from there. Alright, let's go ahead and try this stuff out. If it makes it a hair darker, I'm perfectly fine with that. Alright, now we just gotta let it soak in for a little while, and then we'll buff everything off on the outside. I went ahead and put some on the inside though, so that we had a nice little protection going through that inner area right there, where this is gonna see some exterior exposure, if you want to call it that. But I got it all the way down to the inside, all the way down to the bottom in there, so that whole entire section's coated. Probably should have did this before putting everything together, but I figured, no harm in doing it right now. That way we at least have some protectant down in there. So we'll let that be, and then we'll buff it off. Alright, let's go ahead and get this thing buffed up. That's actually pretty cool looking. A little banding that's going through there. I don't know if that's going to go away or stay, but I'm definitely happy with how that's turning out. Well, bring you up, talk some more about it in the outro. Alright guys, let's go ahead and wrap this one up right here with some of that. That definitely turned out a lot better than what I thought it was going to look like. I mean, I'm still blown away by it. And this is the side that wasn't exactly the best side, but once we actually put that sealer on here, and it like hid all of the stuff that I was like, about. Like, it looks a lot better than I thought it was going to. Especially with the whole burnished edges and everything. That being a little bit darker is a little bit of contrast. Same thing with the stitching and all that. I can't be happier. I feel like this was a success. And I will be making a lot more leather sheaths in the future. Now, I'm not going to put the knife in here just yet, because the part where I actually went and put that sealer inside here, that's still drying, so I'm going to let that finish drying, and then we'll go ahead and get the knife in there. I'm probably going to let it dry overnight, and then I'll put it in there. But I'll show you all the fitment of this in a different episode, one of the other ones that we're working on. But it fits in here awesomely. It fit before we even did this whole sealer thing, so I know everything is still good. But again, I'm really excited about this. For just a simple sheath, that's the way I needed to start in the first place. I feel like that was a success. And for a piece of leather that is, no doubt, this piece of leather is probably at minimum 8 years old. Minimum 8 years old, because the stuff that I got from my wife's grandfather, you know, this was when he passed away, and that was after he passed away. That was a long time ago. And then I got this stuff from her dad because he went and got it, and I was like, hey, can I try out that stuff? And I've had this for at least, say probably 5 years now. And then before that, you know, her dad had it, and then before that her grandpa had it. So at minimum 8 years, this leather has just been sitting there. So I'm happy that I was able to do something with it and turn it into a useful thing, because I think that her grandfather would appreciate that. So there you go. Y'all tell me what y'all think about it. And guys, that's the end of this one. If you would, give this video a thumbs up, share this video. One of my other videos, if you haven't yet, make sure you subscribe for all the stuff that we have that's coming up. And we got some awesomeness coming up. I'm talking about, there's going to be some stuff that y'all are going to want to watch. So I'll leave it at that. Y'all have an amazing day. Y'all stay safe out there. I'll catch y'all next time.